Good afternoon. My name is Lea Salon and my subject and to discuss is all about single subject research. What is a single subject design? It is an adaptation of the subject of the basic time series design. The difference is that the data are collected and analyzed for only one subject at a time. It is most commonly used to study the changes in behavior an individual exhibits after exposure to an intervention or treatment of some sort. What are the purposes of this design? It can be used for the researchers who wishes to study research that includes few subjects. And here are the essential characteristics of single subject research. First, it involves the extensive collection of data on one data at a time. It can be applied also in settings where group designs are difficult to put into play. There are two ways in which single subject research differs from other forms of experimental research. First, it is most commonly used to study the changes in behavior an individual exhibits after exposure to a treatment or intervention of some sort. Also, a single subject researchers primarily use line graphs to present their data and to illustrate the effects of a particular intervention or treatment. So as you can see here in figure 6, this is an example of single subject research that uses graphs. Now let's proceed to the single subject design. First is A-B design. It involves collection of data on the same subject as her or her own control under two conditions or phases. Another is ABA design, sometimes called reversal design. Researchers add another baseline. Another is the ABAB design. In this design, two baseline periods are combined with two treatment periods. So in this design, there are two treatments. And BAB design, this design involves a treatment followed by a baseline followed by a return to the treatment. This design is also appropriate when there is a lack of behavior. Then the ABCB design, further modification of the ABA design. The C in this design refers to the variation of the intervention in the B condition. So this design is shown in this figure. The C here is the variation. So there is a variation of the intervention in the B condition. Now let's proceed to multiple baseline design. It is an alternative to ABAB design. Multiple baseline designs are typically used when it is not possible or ethical to withdraw a treatment and return to the baseline condition. So there are threats to internal validity in single subject research. What are those threats? First is the condition length. It refers to how long the baseline and intervention conditions are in effect. It is essentially the number of data points or of a minimum of 3 to establish a clear pattern or trend. Another one is the number of variables changed from one condition to another. One of the most important considerations in single subject research is the number of variables introduced. It is only one variable should be changed at a time when moving from one condition to another. Another threat is the degree and the speed of change. This refers to the magnitude with which the data change at the time the intervention condition is implemented, when the independent variable is introduced or removed. Another one is the independence of behavior. This concern is most applicable to multiple baseline studies. The number of baselines. The greater the number of baselines, the greater the probability that the intervention is the cause of any changes in behavior, since the likelihood that an extraneous variable caused the changes is correspondingly decreased the more behaviors we have. And here are the ways to control the threats of the internal validity of single-subject research. The most effective in controlling are the following: the subject characteristics, mortality, testing, and history. Less effective in controlling also are the location, data collector characteristics, maturation, and regression. Definitely weak in controlling the instrument decay, data collector bias, attitudinal, and implementation. And that's all about my report. Thank you.